Dwyane Wade banked in a miracle shot, a three-pointer at the buzzer off of one leg, as the host Miami Heat shocked the two-time defending NBA champion Golden State Warriors 126-125 on Wednesday night. February 27, 2019, Miami, Florida, USA. Miami Heat guard Dwyane Wade III celebrates after making the game-winning basket past Golden State Warriors forward Kevin Durant, 35, at American Airlines Arena. Mandatory credit: Steve Mitchell-USA Today SportsGoran Dragic had 27 points off the Miami bench, Wade finished with 25 points in a reserve role, and Josh Richardson scored 21. The Heat snapped their six-game home losing streak, and they did it 2 nights after losing to the team with the worst record in the NBA, the Phoenix Suns. Dragic scored 20 of his points in the second quarter Wednesday, when Miami led by as many as 24 points. That was the highest-scoring quarter of Dragic's career. Klay Thompson led Golden State with 36 points, Kevin Durant had 29 and Steph Curry added 24. Draymond Green fouled out and was held to 5 points. Trailblazers 97, Celtics 92. Damian Lillard scored 33 points and Maurice Harkless added 17 as visiting Portland continued to cruise through its East Coast road trip with a victory against Boston, which lost its 4th straight. Yusuf Nurkic added 16 points as the Trailblazers improved to 4-0 on their 7-game trip. It was their 5th consecutive victory overall, and it came one day after 8 Portland players were trapped in an elevator for 30 minutes while at practice at nearby Emerson College. Kyrie Irving scored 31 points for the Celtics, who went 5-6 in February. Irving's scoring outburst came after he scored just 7 points in a loss at Toronto on Tuesday. Bucks 141, Kings 140. OT. Eric Bledsoe opened overtime with a 3-point basket, and Nikola Mirotic added another 2 minutes later, allowing visiting Milwaukee to pull away from Sacramento and post its 12th win in 13 games despite limiting star Giannis Antetokounmpo to 24 minutes due to a sore right knee. Bledsoe paced the Bucks with 26 points, 12 rebounds and 13 assists for the 5th triple-double of his career. Antetokounmpo scored 17. Sacramento's Buddy Hield led all scorers with 32 points. The Kings played the 4th quarter in overtime without rookie standout Marvin Bagley III, who injured his left knee in the final minute of the 3rd period. Rockets 118, Hornets 113. James Harden scored 30 points, and Clint Capela had 23 points and 17 rebounds as Houston won its 3rd straight game with a narrow victory at Charlotte. The Rockets led a 15-point, first-half lead slip away completely and had to come from 12 down in the second half. They ultimately seized control with a 13-0 run in the 4th quarter and salted the game away on 2 free throws by Harden with 14.6 seconds remaining. Chris Paul added 17 points and 10 assists for the Rockets, and Gerald Green and P.J. Tucker scored 15 apiece. The Hornets, who lost for the 5th time in their past 6 games, were led by Kemba Walker with 35 points. Lakers 125, Pelicans 119. LeBron James had 33 points and 10 assists as host Los Angeles held off New Orleans. It was the first game in which James and Anthony Davis faced each other since Davis publicly demanded a trade late last month, with the Lakers reportedly being his top choice for a new team. Davis, who sat out the Pelicans' 128-115 victory against Los Angeles last Saturday in New Orleans, had 22 points in 21 minutes Wednesday. Brandon Ingram scored 23 points, Kyle Kuzma added 22, and former Pelican Rajon Rondo had 11 points and 16 rebounds as Los Angeles won for the 2nd time in 6 games. Former Laker Julius Randle led the Pelicans with 35 points. Spurs 105, Pistons 93. LaMarcus Aldridge scored 24 points, and San Antonio defeated visiting Detroit to snap a 3-game losing streak. DeMar DeRozan and Marco Bellinelli added 17 points each for the Spurs, who won for just the 2nd time in their past 9 games. White hit for 15 points, and Jakob Poeltl and Patty Mills scored 11 points apiece for San Antonio, which returned home from its arduous rodeo road trip with a victory. Reggie Jackson led the Pistons with 22 points, Blake Griffin added 17 points, and Andre Drummond contributed 10 points and 17 rebounds for Detroit. The Pistons had a 3-game win streak snapped. Jazz 111, Clippers 105. Donovan Mitchell scored 32 points while Rudy Gobert added 20 points and 13 rebounds to lead Utah over Los Angeles and Salt Lake City. Derek Favors and Ricky Rubio added 13 points apiece for the Jazz, and Favors grabbed 11 rebounds. Utah won its 4th straight home game after overcoming early shooting struggles. Lou Williams and Danilo Gallinari scored 18 points apiece to lead the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell added 16 for Los Angeles, and Patrick Beverley had 12 points and 10 boards. Mavericks 110, Pacers 101. Rookie Jalen Brunson drilled a clinching three-pointer with 1:03 to play, and Dallas beat visiting Indiana. Brunson finished with a career-best 24 points on 9 of 14 shooting, and he added 5 assists and 3 steals. Rookie teammate Luka Doncic scored 26 points, including a deep three-pointer with 2:02 to go for a 103-96 lead. Bojan Bogdanovic led Indiana with 22 points but managed just 4 points in the 4th quarter. Wesley Matthews, in his return to Dallas since being traded prior to the deadline, contributed 20 points, including 2 late three-pointers. Hawks 131, Timberwolves 123. OT, rookie Trae Young matched a career high by scoring 36 points for the 2nd straight game as host Atlanta rallied to beat Minnesota. John Collins added 34 points on 13 of 21 shooting as the Hawks avenged squandering a 22-point lead in a 123-120 overtime loss to Minnesota on deck. 28. Karl Anthony Towns finished with 37 points on 12 for 19 shooting from the field and added 18 rebounds for the Timberwolves, who fell to 9-22 on the road this season after dropping the opener of the 3-game trek. Andrew Wiggins had 21 points for Minnesota, Derrick Rose had 18, and former Georgia Tech star Josh Okogie chipped in with 15 while playing in front of family and friends in attendance. Wizards 125, Nets 116. Bradley Beal scored 31 points as Washington overcame a sluggish start in the opening minutes and rolled past host Brooklyn, snapping a 4-game losing streak and winning for the 4th time in 13 games. The Wizards gave up the game's first 10 points but wound up leading for the final 38-20. Trevor Ariza added 14 of his 23 in the 3rd quarter when Washington outscored the Nets by a 33-19 margin. D'Angelo Russell scored 28 points and had 7 assists for Brooklyn, which lost for the 4th time in its past 6 home games. The Nets heard some boos from fans after the final buzzer. Bulls 109, Grizzlies 107. Zach LaVine scored 30 points on 12 for 19 shooting to help Chicago win at Memphis. Lauri Markkanen contributed 22 points and 10 rebounds for the Bulls in his 4th straight double-double and 10th consecutive 20-point outing. Otto Porter Jr. scored 20 points as the Bulls won for the 4th time in 5 games. Avery Bradley recorded 23 points and 7 assists, and Mike Conley scored 21 despite a 7 for 21 shooting effort for the Grizzlies. Field Level Media.